Hey guys, welcome to the replay. Those watching the replay can also tap for hearts. Remember, we're doing a 5 million heart giveaway here. Up guys, hey! I'm on a roll tonight. I'm just gonna keep on scoping. What's up? Welcome, welcome. I'm Lindsay Gramont, the Homemade Mommy. I blog over at homemademommy.net. And I scope all about homemade recipes, real food, making your own anything pretty much, beauty products, delicious food for your kids, and also network marketing and personal development inspiration. Hi from Virginia. Awesome, Oily Mom. Yes, you can sign up for my newsletter by texting the word HM News to 33444. Good evening, Amanda from East Texas. Hey guys. All right, so I've got a few tips for you guys for today. Two things that probably a lot of you are not doing. Let me just turn off the music. I love that song. You guys are ready to chant. Let me just scoot in here. There we go. Get a little more comfortable. I was sitting on the edge of my chair. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so who wants to know two things that you probably aren't doing that will help you to get more people to attend your classes and also to get more people to host classes? If you would love to hear that, I do, type in I do. And also make sure that you share this with your followers. And if you are new to my scopes, I definitely want to welcome you. Type in the word bacon if you are new to my scopes. And if you want to follow me, you can just swipe from left to right or top to bottom and you'll see the little plus sign. You definitely want to follow me if you want more inspiration. Hey, bacon people. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Lots of bacons tonight. Very, very cool. Yes, thank you, Elaine and Andrea, for typing in your names after the word bacon so that I get to know you, because I like to know everybody watching my scopes. Oh, thank you. We had fun with that owl scope. That was pretty funny. Now you're hungry. I just had dinner, so I'm not hungry, but it wasn't bacon. So two things. So first off, has anyone ever talked to their friends and said that they were doing a practice run and they wanted to practice on them to see if they were doing a good job and to get feedback, because this was something new and they want to practice because, you can find people to practice on pretty easily. It helps you to not be quite so nervous, and it helps your friends to know that you're not trying to sell them anything, and they're more likely to come. So you can tell folks, hey, this is one of my first classes, and I would love to have you to practice on because I know that you're my great friend and that you support me in everything that I do, and I really would love to be able to practice with you and kind of get more comfortable. So would you do that for me? Would you come over and just hear me out and just listen so that I can practice? And then if I, because I'm new to this and I'm really excited about it, but it would feel much more comfortable to me if I knew that this was kind of a practice run. So try that. And even if you're doing a different topic, it's not an intro class. Really, it doesn't matter what kind of business you are in, you can do this with people. So form a focus group and tell your friends and your family that that's what they are, that they're a focus group and that they can provide feedback to you and help you to make your skills better, because we are all learning as we go. And that would really help to have some feedback on your speaking skills, how relaxed you are, reading with a script, or anything like that. So that's the first tip, is to just practice. and that will help to disarm everybody and have them know that they can focus and listen and really appreciate what you're saying and support you. Because I know, in network marketing, it can be hard, where it's kind of interesting that usually people you don't know are the ones that end up supporting you, and the people that you do know really don't. I don't know if you guys have had that experience, but it's kind of odd that our friends don't want to support us in this kind of a business. Don't know why, but it might be that, you have not done it the way that you may have needed to do it in the past, and they might be feeling like that you're just kind of going after them again for another product. If you've been doing other network marketing companies, then I could totally understand how people might feel that way. You might think, well, now, with the one you're currently with, that it's totally different, but they don't know that. They don't know that yet. And so it would be really great to practice on them. Another tip I've got here for those of you who are with Young Living for a little while, and you are really having some people that are interested in hosting classes, but they're scared to do it, or you're not really sure how to get other folks to host classes as well, and they're maybe depending on you, and you're getting stretched a little bit thin because you have a lot of people right now wanting to have you host classes for them. Anybody in that situation, raise your hand. Raise your hand if that's you. I want to know. Comment. Please give me your name too. So are you guys feeling a little stretched thin and kind of wondering how you can have your new potential folks who are also wanting to share and teach to feel comfortable doing that? Yeah? Raise his hand. Yay. Hello, Amelia, Amy. Awesome. Only just a few of you. There's a lot of people watching, but I'm not seeing a lot of commenters. So here's a good strategy for that. And I'm not real big on, okay, here's a free bottle of orange for hosting a class. That's not how I have done things. And so I've got a little different approach here. Okay, so say your friend is going to want to, they've asked, okay, maybe I'm interested in hosting a class, and you need to ask them questions. So they say, okay, I'm kind of curious, want to host an event, but I'm not really, I don't think anyone's going to come. And I don't want to feel like nobody's going to come, and man, I'm just not sure they're going to like it, or they're going to think that this is valuable. You know what I'm talking about, right? You haven't hosted or attended a class yet? When I taught my first class, I had never attended a class either. You kind of just have to do it. So here's what you need to do. You need to ask that person questions. So you need to paint a picture for them. Say, imagine that you started a restaurant and you invested $100,000 to start that restaurant, and you didn't have any more money. You kind of invested a lot in the food and in the employees and in the building and everything. Oh yes, they feel they can't pick a day, all of those things, right? They're too busy. But let's paint a picture for them. So they invested a lot of money to start this restaurant, and they didn't have any ad money to promote the restaurant. So what would you do in that situation? Guys, answer me. What would you guys do in that situation if you had a restaurant to promote and you didn't have a way to advertise in your local paper or on the TV about this new local restaurant? What would you do? Word of mouth with friends and family. That's right, word of mouth. You guys are getting it. Okay, so yeah, so ask, what I'm telling you is ask your friend this, okay? And they're going to tell you the same thing. I'm going to tell my friends and family, right? Okay, the next question is that you're going to ask them is, well, how many friends and family do you think would come to the restaurant and eat there? How many do you guys think would come? You can type in just a few. Do you think all of your friends and family would come that first night that you told them about it? Would they all be able to come and eat that restaurant that first night? You think all of them would come? Yes? Do you guys really think all of them would come the first night? Some of them, right? Many of them might come, but maybe not all of them, right? All of them? You guys are pretty confident. I mean, some of them don't even live in the same city, so they may not be able to come. So probably not the first night, but eventually they might come, right? So you would keep telling them about your awesome restaurant, and they would at some point, they would all come, right? But if you think they're all going to come the first night, I think that might be stretching things a little bit, because they might get a sick kid, they might, run into some car trouble, right, we're talking about food, true, they might all run for the food, but it's not free food, right? It's a restaurant, you got to make some money, right? They need to pay for their food. Okay, so the next question that you're going to ask this person that you want to host a class is, how many would like the food? Of all the friends and family that you told that came that first night, how many would like the food, do you think? Do you think they would all like the food? I don't know. What do you guys think? Would they all like the food? Some of them? All of them? None of them? We don't know, right? Some may not. Maybe the majority. We don't know, right? Some of them aren't going to like the food. Some of them might. Some of them might not like the service. Some of them might love the food and love the service, and some of them might, have gotten cold food and may not, have had the same experience and might not like it. Some might be picky, right? But, so we don't know, right? We just don't know. We can only tell them about it and then hope that they will like it, right? But not all will. So the next question that you want to ask them is, how many do you think would then tell other friends and family about the restaurant because of the experience that they had, whether positive or negative? Do you think that they would tell people? Would all of them tell people, or would only some of them tell people about the restaurant or the food? What do you guys think? Some of them? All of them? We don't know. Yes, some would, right? Some would be so excited they would want to tell people about it, but most, maybe, I don't know. Some might not. So that's the other question you need to ask them. What about the ones that came and ate but didn't refer the restaurant to anybody, didn't tell anybody about it? How many do you think would do that? So we're painting this picture. Do you see where I'm going with this? So would you close the restaurant because a few didn't come? Would you guys close your restaurant if on the first night, 100% of your friends and family didn't come? I mean, we all probably know like 2,000 people, so I don't think that all of them would come. No, exactly. No, you got to keep it open, right? So no way, exactly. Some will never come. Some friends you tell about your restaurant will never come. Some will love the food and some will tell their friends about it. And some won't like the food at all and will complain about it. So, this is your business and it's going to be around for a while. And when you think about the classes that you're having for whatever you're promoting, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? You don't know. It takes the pressure off, right? We are going to be around for a while here. We are very consistent with this business, and you have to be around for a while to get more business. So some of your friends of friends may not come to your restaurant until they hear about it from a friend of theirs. Maybe they don't want to hear about it from you. Maybe they want to hear about it from your friend Sandy, and then they'll come. Or maybe they want to hear about it from a critic first. So some people need more information, and they also need to see that this isn't just a passing fad, that this is something that you're really committed to doing and that you're really working at and that you're really growing at. So results are what some people need to know that this is something that you're going to be doing. So you can't think about just one class, one night only of this restaurant in our little scenario there. So this is something that you are invested in, and you guys out there, all of us have made this mistake and have learned this lesson, hopefully, that you don't need to shove it down their throat. You also don't need to give them something free to host a class. What you need to do is inspire them to want to do this. And the way is to get them to think about this as a business for them, a consistent long-term investment in their time and something that they really want to do. And it takes asking a lot of questions. So if you give lots of incentives to get someone to host a class, then they're going to host one class, and then what do? How many of you guys have had this situation where you've given someone a free bottle of something, or a diffuser necklace, or whatever it is, whatever mascara, whatever you promote, and then they quit. They have one class and then they don't ever host a class again, and they're not becoming a leader. They're not becoming somebody who is going to really do this, and that's not the kind of person you're looking for. So you are reaping what you are sowing by doing that. So what you need, they will go on their way. They're not invested exactly. So you need to reap what you sow, and if you can sow people who are invested and who are thinking about what they are doing and are a part of the process, and it's their idea, then you are going to have much more amazing results, because you are truly going to raise up some leaders of your own who are really going to explode, right? So if you just put this one scenario out to them and paint that picture and ask a lot of questions and understand who they are as a person and help them to understand what this is really all about, and that it takes time, it takes effort, and it's not a magic bullet class where everyone's going to come. It takes patience. Exactly, girly mommy. Yeah, exactly. So are any of y'all just like light bulbs going off right now? I hope that you go right now and pick up the phone and call a bunch of people who you need to talk to and who you need to catch up with, and who you can start to ask questions to help them and be invested in this as a business, because it truly is an amazing business. You guys all know that, because you wouldn't be on here watching if you didn't know that. And it's hard to explain that to somebody else, but really they don't need to hear you explain it. They need to think it. They need to own it. So yay! So go and get on the phone and call them, and keep listening to this scope, because I'm sure you didn't retain everything I said. Come back for a replay and watch it again, and also share it with your teams. And I hope that those two simple things that you probably aren't doing now will help you the rest of this month to rock it out. Have a great night, everybody. See y'all later. Bye. Again, you can, if you aren't following me yet, you can click on the plus sign, and you can follow me. Someone wants to ask a question about the last Periscope. Ooh, 33444. Maybe you typed in a space and I don't know. All right, guys, bye. Have a great night, and I will see you on the next scope.